Hi everyone, I'm happy to be back on stage. Today I'm going to talk about two things which I'm really passionate about, Kubernetes and platform engineering. So before we actually understand things about these two topics, let's just go back to the journey where we started from. I remember during my first job, to set up a VM, reaching out to IT teams and to install things manually. And the most craziest thing is to run tests during the build process and to troubleshoot an issue. I used to go to lab, connect those Apple and iPhone devices to make sure the build gets success. I know that's very crazy, but we have moved from that era and then towards cloud, then containers, then container orchestration. Did we stop there? No. So there is an organizational shift towards platform engineering. Now let's pause here and understand what is platform engineering. Platform engineering is a self-service system that hides all the complexity behind so developers can focus on what matters to them the most. So if we just think of the platform adoption journey by organizations over three phases, we have evaluate, where organizations start to learn and wanted to integrate clouds into Kubernetes. So here they'll focus on adopting Kubernetes by learning about the Kubernetes fundamentals. And so they will learn about security, networking, observability. Coming to adopt. So in this stage, organizations already started running their production workloads on Kubernetes. But they started to have different set of requirements. So here, GitOps is something that comes often in this phase. I know a lot of organizations are already adopted GitOps, but doing that at scale between clusters and between environments is not that simple. You have to combine with other tools to make that happen. Coming to the last stage, which is adding platform capabilities. Whatever that I have discussed in the last two phases, hiding that complexity so that you can provide a great developer experience is what you will be doing during this phase. So you'll focus on providing them CI/CD as a service, runtime as a service, configuration management, secret management, certification management, cost optimization, whatnot. So the list goes on based on your organizational and developer needs. So if you just think of how many of you still think Kubernetes is just built for container orchestration, scalability, and self-healing? No, it is not, because it evolved as a platform and a platform enabled to help organizations build their platforms. So why Kubernetes is so special when compared to its alternatives? Because the support from CNCF ecosystem. So if you just compare, I know it must be mouth-watering for all of you. So if you just compare the CNCF ecosystem and building an internal platform using traditional South Indian thali. So we have all the items here, rice and dal, curries, chutneys, papad, whatnot, right? So each element is distinct, but when you have them together, that gives you more satisfying experience. So people think Kubernetes is most essential part of it, which is rice. If you think that way, it means you're underselling Kubernetes. Kubernetes is that banana leaf which is holding everything together to help organizations build their platform. If you look at the CNCF landscape, we have 231 projects. Those are backing up the whole Kubernetes, and those who are providing solutions on top of Kubernetes in Kubernetes way, so you can actually build platform that works. So this is an example of a managed Kubernetes platform. So where this platform provides deployment capabilities, CI/CD, observability, certification management, secret management, network, policy, DNS, whatnot. So this platform actually helped the organization to skyrocket their Kubernetes adoption to 900%. Not only that, it actually skyrocketed their deployments per hour, and also, instead of 20 teams doing 20 different things, this helped to give an organization a unique way of building things, which actually helped economies at scale. So, and what other things we can talk about when compared to Kubernetes is its rich documentation and vibrant community. So Kubernetes, if you look at this graph, you can understand the engagement of Kubernetes documentation. Whether you want to learn about new features in Kubernetes, new releases, or you want to troubleshoot something, and of course, if you want to pass your Kubernetes examinations, certifications, this is the right place to glance through. And believe me or not, we have 96,874 contributors alone for Kubernetes projects. So this is how much support we have for Kubernetes to help organizations build their platform. And why can't I forget the most important thing that makes Kubernetes the best? It's extensibility. It's not what is there in Kubernetes, it's how you extend to any of the application which has API availability in a Kubernetes way. That is custom resource definitions and operators. So if you see all the 231 projects in CNCF landscape, they actually use this concept to provide solutions on Kubernetes. So it's not just you only have to use what is there in CNCF landscape, but you can build your own things in a Kubernetes way by using this custom resource definitions and operators. Now, I would like to share about some impact stories of this platform adoption by different companies. Spotify, the biggest service that is running on Kubernetes, takes about 30 million requests per second. CERN. So the time to create the new cluster for their complex distributed storage system has gone from more than 3 hours to less than 15 minutes. Adidas, so the delivery pipeline, the delivery cycle got reduced from 4 to 6 weeks to 4 to 5 times a day. So these are all the most impactful stories that I can share with you to show how CNCF and Kubernetes help you to build platforms. Now, let's just think about what you can take away from this keynote to your organizations to help build platforms. So the first point I would like to make here is, for organizations start thinking of building their platforms, focus only on very much needed in-house solutions, because 80% of what you need to build platform is already available in CNCF landscape. You can focus on that 20% energy to build your platform. So that will help you to provide those platform capabilities and to provide the developer experience based on your organization's specific needs. And the second thing is, adopting Kubernetes doesn't mean you have to abandon your existing processes. Because if you're running your workloads on VMs or on-prem, you can still use Kubernetes to build a platform. So Kubernetes is not only for containers, it can actually integrate with anything like VMs, containers, mainframe, serverless, AI, whatnot. And finally, so the CNCF and Kubernetes ecosystem adopts latest trends a lot. AI is one such example. So the ecosystem is evolving to actually handle the AI/ML workloads, to provide the native support, and to improve the GPU resources scheduling. also to integrate with AI/ML frameworks. And finally, any organization who is trying to build platform, your developers are your beautiful critics. So what my suggestion here is, before you actually design a solid blueprint for your platform, go and discuss with your developers and understand what their needs. So that really helps you to build a reliable platform for them. And remember, what our major goal is to give them best developer experience ever. Thank you. And I would like to thank my family for all the support. For a woman to fly, we need men to support. I have two heroes in my life, my dad and my husband. I'm very much thankful for them. Thank you.